This is Sandra, and I just wanted to take a minute to tell you about how I use the singing bowls. I had only 2 singing bowls before I discovered the Ohm Store, and since then my collection has grown to 9 singing bowls, and gradually I'm trying to add a few more as I go along. I use them as a yoga teacher for an online yoga studio and also teaching yoga at a music school where I've been on the voice faculty for, well, 22 years this year. When I teach chanting in Sanskrit or singing mantras, I would use the bowls to give pitches. And one of the nice things about the bowls is the fact that they can be done as a single struck note with what's called a decay, and that's as the note fades out, or it can be sustained by rubbing the striker around the end of the bowl, and then the sustained note can actually be louder or softer depending on how I pace. Most of my students haven't heard Tibetan singing bowls. They've never even heard of them. So they end up being drawn at first by the sound, and then they want to get closer. They want to handle the bowls. They want to feel them. When the bowl is struck, they want to put it right up to their ears or put it in the middle of their forehead so they can hear it in stereo. And the fascination with just the magic of the vibration and the tone really draws them in. I'm going to follow this with a little clip from a couple of sessions where I've taught chanting in Sanskrit with singing bowls and let you see what I do.
Ooh, that's cool. Think of this as the ancestor to handbells, because you would strike them and hold them rather than having a handle on them. You just weld a handle to it, there's a handbell. That's exactly right. And that's why this came from the ancient begging bowl of the wandering sages and monks of ancient Buddhism. But those bowls initially were made out of wood. However, they found that by making them out of metal, it could also be used as a way to meditate.
I use this paper journal from the Ohm Store to keep track of each of my bowls, and I list which pitch they're at. Some of the bowls kind of sit in between some pitches, but I do need to know their pitches because there are times when I want the bowls to be harmonious. For instance, these 2 bowls and these 2 bowls are very harmonious because they're tuned to what our Western ears think of as harmony. I can go also for a minor sort of feeling, and luckily these bowls are lined up to give me roughly a minor chord. It also helps me to keep track of which chakras are associated with which pitches. Then I have a chart of the different singing bowls and how they can be combined to make different chords if I want to go for harmony like I did, or if I want to go for a little scale like I did with my smaller bowls. So I'm always looking for new and different ways to apply the bowls so that people can be drawn in by something accessible that they can relate to. And I am so grateful for the Ohm Store and what Frank and Nikki and Stephanie are doing.